here we are, folks, the final game to decide who goes up against Curse in the grand finals. Now, it's 1-1 between Curse and Copenhagen Wolves. Now, let's see who can pull this one together and finish up and go into the grand finals for that $5,000 grand prize. Okay, let's get that over and done with and let's go. Alright, for the RooT Gaming, we have Alquan, Hercules, Guan Yu, Loki, and Odin. They really like the Loki-Odin kind of combo. I don't know why. They just love it. Now, for Copenhagen Wolves, you have Neef, Agni, Ares, Cupid, and Vulcan. Which is nice to see Vulcan. He's more of an annoyance than anything else. Looks like they're deciding not to go for the damage buffs again in this game. Now, as you can see, RooT Gaming are going for a more all-damage out build again. Everybody's got their boots. Alquan's gone Doom Orb. Now, I'm kind of with Dry Bear on this. I'd like to see more Book of Firth. Torth. I don't know. Now, RooT Gaming have gone for the damage buff this time. But yeah, it's more of it's less of a snowball item when you die, because if somebody really wants to kill Alquan does normally go down quite hard. Now, what's going on here on the right hand side? There's a little kind of looky pokey going on here, trying to just keep Copenhagen Wolves away from the creep minions by the looks of it. Not really too sure what they were trying to achieve from there. Left hand side is just going for their blue buff as well. Took them a little while to actually get it done, really. Neef and Vulcan managed to finish that. Odin goes straight onto Vulcan. Vulcan might as well gets used on him, but takes more damage than Vulcan in the end, because Neef managed to get a couple of extra shots in there. But like I say, Book of Firth, it's a really good, for anybody else playing and does want to use Doom Orb on, another jump in there, straight onto Neef. Gets pushed back by Hercules as well, behind the creep wave, takes another hit. Is she going to take one more hit and she's going to go down? Lars gets first blood there for RooT Gaming. The knock up, the jump in, the aggression. You see it, RooT Gaming, aggression all the way, really, isn't it? It's always good to kind of see Lars' allied side. I like watching him anyway. But what was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying now. So let's just go back into it. Oh yeah, the Doom Orb on Alquan, yeah, Ares taking a lot of damage there. He has gone in there and secured all his chains. Now he's burned them down, but he's taken a lot of damage from Guan Yu's free and a bit. Stun bomb coming out onto Xing. Xing manages to aegis out of that. Great buy by him. Uses sprint to get away. Drops decoy as well. Ares still below half health, but Xing manages, obviously because he bought the early sprint and aegis, get away with that one. Otherwise that would have been a sure kill for Copenhagen Wolves. But yeah, Book of Firth. You don't lose your stacks. It's good. You can get the stacks really quickly, and he likes it. And also, I quite like it on mid laners as well. It just works out quite nicely. Maybe not all mid laners. Right hand side as well. Flicks up. Hercules flicks up. Neef gets pushed back. Manages to get away with it, really. Vulcan coming in there, dropping his turret down, going after Odin. Odin managed just to kind of stay to the left enough to stay out of the turret's vision. There's coming in there with Guan Yu and Might onto Vulcan, misses it completely. Neef misses her snare as well, so manages to kind of get away with that one. Mid lane going on there with a bit of action. A couple of rain of fire coming out. Doesn't manage to get the noxious gas off. Uses an auto attack. Auto attack going down there. Tornado going down by fire charge going in there by Jerby. Not Jerby. Jesus, I'm playing bad. I'm talking bad now. So Copenhagen Wolves managed to catch an equalizer there, just pretty much just chase him down. As you can see, Alquan's just so easy to take down sometimes. If he gets in a bad position, he's going to go down. Especially when you get caught in the jungle. Agni managed to charge on him there, get round the tornadoes, and they had nowhere else to really go. So Copenhagen Wolves managed to equalise that up. Now, Alquan has finished his Doom Orb, so he will be able to get them stacks now. He obviously didn't have that before, so he didn't have any extra damage stacks. But then again, he's also given a kill away to Agni, which has put him a level ahead. So, also, Loki has rotated middle. Maybe Xing wanted to have a little piece, but Agni managed to go back. Now, I did have the little stutter and stemmer on the Alquan Agni kill. I was looking at the names going, do I pronounce it? Do I not pronounce it? And who was it? Lobster? Nah, I'm not even going to go with that one again. Jeez. I have to stay away from names. I'm just not good with them. But yeah. So it's a 1-1 now. Now, Neef getting a few auto attacks onto Allied. Allied really just trying to zone him out there to stop the XP coming out. Vulcan, Allied manages to grab in the Vulcan. Lars throws in the boulder, manages to connect with Vulcan as well. Vulcan got a HiRez, gets flicked up in the air and pushed back by Lars, and Lars manages to connect another kill there for the right-hand side. For RooT Gaming. For the right-hand side, yeah. Neef, not really, there's nothing you can do once that Odin ring goes down, really, except jump in there and help out, which you don't really want to do as Neef, so just sit and watch. You can always drop your 2. Allied does jump onto, well, try to, and obviously, like I say, the reflex jump that Neef has, that she can just back out and do nothing. Uses the, baited out the Aegis there. Obviously, she thought she was going to get knocked up and pushed back. Well, she couldn't get pushed back because he already just used it, but that was a win there for RooT Gaming to bait out that Aegis. Vulcan coming in there, trying to get the blue buff, dropping down his turret now, trying to maybe get the steal on it a little bit. HiRez coming out there, managed to go on Odin. Lars taking a lot of damage from the turret though, actually. Allied taking a few hits as well. Now Lars is back in, so is Allied. Let's have a look middle, shall we? Just dropping the rain of fire down onto the creeps now. Probably going for the damage buff as well. So you just want to pick up buffs as often as possible. Alcorn's likely to go after the movement speed buff and the cooldown reduction. So he's just gone for the cooldown reduction first. So he's probably leaving movement speed buff alone. Going to give that to HiRez and Odin, I think. More than likely. Might drop down a tornado just to help him out. Yep, there it goes. So Loki rotating middle. Maybe just going to take the damage buff. I'd like to see a couple of ganks going onto the Agni. You don't want to let the Agni get up ahead. Well, he's only like 1 kill ahead, but still, you don't want to let it go down too much. Xing having a nightmare time with these, actually. They just keep getting in each other's way. Drops 2 decoys to get away with that, and now he's down to about half health. Right hand side, Vulcan's getting caught out by HiRez. Gets caught in by Odin's ring again. Throws down the boulder. Manages Aegis. Only takes 1 hit. HiRez gets up there. Gets pushed back by HiRez and pushed back into the wall. Lars manages to also time that flick up just enough to drop Vulcan down to 2 bars. Or 2 blocks. Snare coming in there by Spooch. Odin standing in the way just to kind of protect Lars there so he doesn't take too much damage. But yeah, manages to push forward there. Trying to get the flick up on Neef, but didn't quite land it. But yeah, like I say, he gets the 2 bars onto Vulcan and then pushes him forward. And that finishes him off, actually, quite nicely. Now, Agni is rotating right. He's going to be spotted by the RooT Gaming wards. So, is he just going to counter ward that? He does. No, doesn't. Obviously, he gets told that they've backed out, so there's no real need there. Everybody just kind of looking, counter warding going out there. Will Matty drop another ward? Does he even have one? He does have one. Loki also stealthing. They're going on to Ares. Ares in there also. Bad position. Going to get taken down by Loki. Nefault's coming in there on the Guan Yu to hold him back. Now, Agni does drop Noxious Gas to drop down, but Ares, he was just kind of staring down Matty and Xing. Now, he had nowhere to go, really, with that. Well, to be honest, even if he backed out, he was probably going to get taken down. But also, coming in from behind on Vulcan, HiRez is probably going to push him under the tower. Yeah, it does push him under the tower. Uses sprint to get out of the way and backs out. Odin, Allied, nowhere near him. Does jump over, going to drop the ring. Doesn't hold him in place. Manages to kind of just slip through. Well, it's probably like a delay EU server. Very much doubt it. It should be a US server. Taking a lot of damage under the tower. Throws the boulder out and connects. Finishes it up. Neef comes in, snares Odin. Uses his Aegis Amulet to hold in there, just to kind of protect himself from the tower, as he would have gone down to the tower alone. Agni comes in here, drops 2 Rain of Fire onto Odin, finishes him off as well there with the Noxious Gas stun. Lars goes up against Neef, pushes her into the wall, and she has his solo health, stuns her as well, and then finishes her off. Now, Agni needs to back off. Just leave it. Let go. I know he wants Lars. He does get the Fire Blast onto Lars, and takes him out as well. Well, yeah, even I'd have gone for it. He kind of... Alcorn can't do much once he's dropped his tornadoes. So, just go. So, Copenhagen managed to kind of pull that back a little bit. They lost... Well, they lost 2 people. They shouldn't. Well, they shouldn't really done. They need some more ward coverage. That Ares middle there does grab both of them. Only pulls Guan Yu though, so a delayed rain of fire doesn't really do anything much. Taking loads of damage from Ares fire, gets pushed back. Alquan's ult takes over onto Agni. Agni down decides to go back there, but there was a good connection on the Agni there, causing quite a little bit of damage. Now I like Alquan's ult. It's annoying as hell if you're trying to cast it sometimes at the delay, but if you can connect it down the jungle, it's really, really nice. But look at the items here. We've got Boots of the Magi coming out for Agni, usual. Voidstone, pretty much usual builds going out there. Let's have a look. Now, Neef needs to be a little bit careful there. He's going to run into RooT. Stuck there. Doesn't manage to get the snare off onto Herc there. But Loki also being caught out by Agni, and I'm looking at the wrong view. Really bad camera directing there. But Agni backs off as well. So does Loki. Loki doesn't want to go up. Well, Agni doesn't want to go up against Loki, as obviously Loki's ult will just destroy him majority of the times. Fair enough, he will charge out of it if he can survive the initial burst. But hearsay. Vulcan's going for Warlock Sash, which is actually a really good item for him, just to kind of gets his health up, gets the health of his turrets up as well to make them even more annoying, and also gets his damage up as well. So he's building more Bruiser by the looks. But look at the ward coverage. RooT Gaming have so much ward coverage. There's only like one ward out now at the moment. Maybe two? No, there's Vulcan turrets. One ward now for Copenhagen Wolves. So they can't need to work on that. RooT have all the vision at the moment. Nothing much going on. Boots Celerity coming out on Ares and Marker Mystical Might as well. So wants that extra physical protection, obviously, to work against Loki, Odin, Hercules. Not going to do him too many favours against Alquan, but just try and stay out of them tornadoes all the same. Now there's three coming right. You've got Odin and Loki coming up in the jungle, maybe trying to go for a little bit of a gank going on here. Now, is it going to come up? Are they going to get spotted? There's no wards. If they go one further. Now, Loki does stealth. Tries to go for Neef, but Neef backflips. Oh, look at that. Damage straight onto Vulcan. Vulcan gets pushed back into the wall by Hercules. Now, they're going after Neef. Neef has already used her backflip, so that should be on cooldown now. Boulder coming out from Lars. Gets straight onto Neef. Gets Gonye's might on and just auto-attacked. Can they just get it? It just needs probably one jump. There's the jump coming out. Aegis as well, but going to go down. It's pretty much like a wasted Aegis there. Agni is coming in. Does need to back out though. Shouldn't stay around here. Does manage to charge and doesn't get caught out by Lars there. Gets caught in there by the Odin Spear Ring. But like I say, it's just, you can't go up against three of RooT Gaming players. Now, Xing was so lucky there not to get taken down by the tower. Gets caught, as Agni got caught in by the Odin Ring. You can't go up 2v1 when most of them have got the health. Now, Lars needs to back out. He's got so little health at the moment. Fair enough, there is no Neef ult to come out there, but you kind of want to be careful. You don't know who's coming for you. But they've got all the ward coverage, so they don't really need to worry. This tower, it's going to get down to about half health before Cupid can come in here and finish this off, just to kind of rectify it and save it. Agni has finished off his Void Stone though, so there's some extra penetration coming out from him. It's going to benefit him and Ares and Vulcan. Not too much for Neef and Cupid though, as they're all magical and such. Middle tower will... No, manages to just get saved there. The creep wave obviously coming in, taking some aggro as well. Pushing that back. Look at the wards in the inventory of RooT Gaming. Every single player is working for this ward coverage. So straight down there, ward goes down there for Copenhagen Wolves, gone straight away. They're just on top of it. Anytime they know they've not got a ward in that place, they'll drop another one. Most likely just to kind of counter ward. So there goes another one up there. We'll probably see Agni as well. Likely to try and push the middle tower down now. It's so low health. Alquan's ult. Not ult. What am I on about? Tornado going down there. I'd say, what stacks is he likely to be at? It's probably about 30 stacks now, I'd say. Maybe more. Hercules picking up Void Blade as well. It's kind of like the Agni item, Void Stone, Void Blade. All the same thing, just physical and magical. So they're going that way. he did go for the less sustain item, so he managed to pick that up early on and have a bit more gold. Well, actually, he just managed to compete with Agni, who is in the middle lane and still manages to keep two items. Two solid items. Two solid DPS items. Now, Odin is looking at Neef. Neef not going to bother trying to snare him. Vulcan coming up behind. Gonya's Might coming out with the leap from Spook. Is it Spook or Spooch? I don't know. Sorry. Lars going in there. Odin jumps in. Nothing. Didn't really get any connection there at all. The snare did come out from Neef. Alcorn is coming. Agni is coming in as well. Tornado does connect with Agni. Agni needs to kind of back out there. Luckily misses the Odin ult. Takes out Lars. And Jesus, I don't even know quite how Odin went down there. I think he took too much damage from the turrets, obviously. He was in turret range. Took a few hits from Vulcan as well. Back blast. And then just went down to the Rain of Fire. So, there you go then. I kind of reckon he should have got backed out, but then again, these are pro players. They know what they can kind of do. I didn't spot the Vulcan coming in, and then that obviously helped turn the tide there, as Odin missed his ring. That was it, purely. If Odin didn't miss the ring, Lars would have got away, and everything would have been beachy for RooT. So 10-6 for to RooT Gaming at the moment for the kill counter. We have, what is it? There's only 1k gold lead, so doing pretty well. Bit of poke with the Rain of Fire coming in there from Agni. So 2 Void Blades coming out there for RooT Gaming. Got another one coming up on Odin. Executioner's Blade onto Loki. Wants to get that attack speed up a little bit more. Neef is trying to finish hers, but she's still only at level 2 Executioner. Loki's finished his. So there's only a few gold ahead, like a few hundred gold ahead, but that was enough. Obviously, Neef had just come back from being in the base, but didn't manage to finish up Executioner. Cupid going for Executioner as well, but Death Toll has kept that progress back as well. So look, if you look at it as well, we have probably a 300 gold difference. Oh no, he does finish the Executioner now. Cupid has finished his Executioner. So the only person not to really finish their like main damage item is Neef, really, if you look at it. And that's just 500 gold behind. But yeah, maybe I'm guessing maybe just potions trying to hold her out here. Alright, Agni gonna have a little look at Odin, just trying to muscle around there. Gets caught out by Loki, does charge forward as well, taking out a bit more. Cupid's ult coming in there, mesmerised, as Cupid ult does hold cripple as well, so Neef ult coming in onto Loki, finishing him off, so he didn't really have any Aegis. I think he might have tried the Aegis, not too sure, got caught out with the mesmerised. Ares needs to be careful, Guan Yu's ult coming in there, just hammering him down. We'll take him out with the 3 hits there, finish him off. Lars goes in there. What a connection onto Agni there. He could see he was low at the back and decided just to go for it, throw it in there, and managed to pull up another kill for RooT Gaming. So that was a 2-1 trade for RooT Gaming. So RooT Gaming is still just pulling ahead every little fight, just like 1 kill here, 1 kill there, maybe a couple kills here. Alcorn coming out with Gem of Isolation. Now, I did say he's squishy, but it's all down to positioning. She's only died once, so that Doom Orb is really starting to put some hurt in now. Just throwing down them tornadoes on top of the right players here and there will just mean everything in a team fight. Just it's more an annoyance factor than anything else. It does do a lot of damage, but it's just annoying. You know you're in the tornado, you just can't fight in that tornado. It'll put out so much damage that you just have to get out. Warlock stacks finished up by Vulcan, so now we can start building up his stacks. Lars does decide to back out though when Vulcan turned up, so Vulcan's going to get his stacks up. And I want to look at him as well, but not much going on. Ares kind of like a man versus 3 at the minute in middle, as Cupid and Odin are going to run into each other. They do kind of see each other. Ares does follow into the Gold Fury. RooT ward coverage there, just kind of showing everybody what's going on. It's kind of a, well, it'd be a bit overpowered if Neef weaves showed the what are they called? Wards. There we go. Brain fart. Woo! Lars having a little look at Neef as well, dropping that. See what I mean? Just the ward coverage is so superior at the moment for RooT. This is how they're managing to know where everybody is, so they can plan their tactics accordingly. I have retaliation coming out there from Lars. Really good late game item compared to Devourer's gloves. It's expensive as hell, but late game potential is pretty high. And also, seeing as Hercules does go low and heal up, Vulcan is going to see this. Is he going to try and do too much? Yeah, manages to get a few hits off. Gets pushed back by Lars. Lars pushed the overdrive out onto his turrets. But Lars not even taking half health. So, kind of... There's like another ultimate I'd say was wasted. You're not going to solo him. It's more kind of like a deterrent ultimate, really. As we've always seen. So, like, reflex, ultimates... There we go. Cupid's heart bomb coming out there just on the creeps. He just wants to get rid of the creeps out of the way to kind of protect this tower. Now Cupid has finished his Executioner Blade, so he is attacking a lot faster than he would have been. So gets his stun stacks up a little bit more. The little devil skin throwing out the little forks. Ares is coming up behind though. Is he going to get the... No, doesn't connect with his chain. So bolsters defenses to kind of back out there. It's kind of like an anonymous motherfire as well. If you kind of miss it, crap. Just leave it alone. Just back off because you're not going to cause any damage. You're not going to cause any annoyance. You're just kind of just there. So just leave it alone. Back off. Neef's still not actually back to finish off the Execution Blade. I would say she needs that. Not Executioner's Blade. Execution. They've managed to take the wards down. No, that's just her weave. So she has backed. We'll finish off that Executioner's Blade now. It is done. So every Executioner on the field was finished. She takes a Devourer's Gloves. So that's the early game physical attack, physical power items. So you've got your two routes. You've got your Devourer's Gloves or Eye Retaliation. Like I say, you don't have, at least with Eye Retaliation, you don't have to worry about stacks. But Devourer's Gloves early game, well, early mid game is really good. But if you're just really going for a late game build, Eye Retaliation works out quite well. But also for ranged characters as well. I kind of completely neglected ranged characters. Ranged characters do not want to get hit. So Eye Retaliation is not good for them. I don't really know where to go with it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. I've seen a few taking the retaliation coming out onto like Artemis and stuff. Ares coming up behind Lars as well. Gets pushed back. Does manage to get the chains onto Hercules. But Odin's ult coming in there. Throws in the boulder. Almost runs back into the boulder to take an extra hit. Alquan and Guan Yu have come up behind Neef. Neef's in a bit of trouble. Alquan's ult coming out there. Going to take down Ares. Takes a lot of hits onto Vulcan. Guan Yu's ult also going to finish off Ares there. No, Vulcan or Ares. Oh, one of the two. Bloody hell. Loki coming in there just to kind of get Neef and ults onto Neef. Does a few extra hits and she will go down. Ares did manage to land a stun, but it wasn't enough to save Neef. Decides to smartly back out now. Cupid on the left-hand side is pushing the tower down, so they might lose. They most likely lose a tower here, but they are going to go for a virtually uncontested fire giant here. Loki going up for Deathbringer as well, so the extra crit damage coming out. Agni really needs to back out of there. He's going up against Alquan. Does use his run, but it's not even run of fire. Just his sprint to get out of it. Comes back in trying to get the steal. Doesn't manage to get the steal and does go down. It's kind of like a last ditch steal. Cupid also comes in there, uses Mesmerize, and is most likely going to get taken down. He can't really get out. It's going to get intercepted by Lars. Has already used his charge. Gets pushed back into the wall. Guan Yu's might comes out and a Guan Yu charge finishes the little baby. Right hand side tower is going to get, looks like it's going to get pushed by creeps. Not going to be finished off completely though. But in the midst of all this, RooT Gaming are going to go for the Gold Fury as well. Double bubble tactics. If we got one, let's go for another. Let's have it. Let's have it. Gemma Isolation is finished off onto Agni, so he's going to have that annoying slow as well. Mystical Mark finished on Ares. Vulcan is going for Breastplate of Valor. Obviously, he wants the cooldown reduction, but I don't really see a use per se for it. Normally, the turrets last longer than the cooldowns. Majority of the times. Fair enough, in team fights, it might help out. But, yeah, I wouldn't say the Breastplate of Valor would be an ideal item to take on to Vulcan. I could be wrong. My opinion, personally. The right-hand ward will spot Odin, but then it's also countered by the RooT ward as well. Iron turret should go down. Yeah, come on. There it goes. Lars just like, yeah, sod this. I'm going in there. Ba-boom. Take the right entire tower down. Loki up against Ares on the left lane. Just going, you're not coming forward, man. Stay back. Stay back. Keep, just... literally just not letting Copenhagen Wolves get any worth. Cupid ult coming in there just to kind of memorise it down. Also, Agni comes in, gets a stun off onto Hercules. Alcorn ult as well. Doesn't really connect with anybody. Odin Ring does hold in Agni, and he uses his Aegis as well to try and protect himself from the tornado. Taking a lot of hits. Vulcan's, I don't know, overdrive turrets is causing Odin a lot of trouble. Herc's now going to start getting his heal come back in. It's not quite green yet. Cupid managed to miss the tornado there. Lucky enough. If he'd get caught in that tornado, he would have been killed for sure. Guan Yu coming in there is also the help. Vulcan's just been left on his own to hold the lane. So Odin did go down in that fight. I didn't actually see Odin go down myself. So missed another one. Spear of Magnus coming out onto Alcorn. Obviously, with the dots ticking up on everybody, the extra penetration is going to be nice. Did take a few Rain of Fire from Agni. Left hand side, Loki versus Ares. He decides not to. Obviously, Ares has got all the physical protection, so you don't want to really bother. Maybe if he had hide as well, would have caused him a bit more trouble, but Ares is tanky enough to kind of not have to worry about. Lars up all on his own, just kind of running around going, who can I have a fun with now? Runs into Vulcan's turrets or deployables. RooT Gaming's right hand side tower is taking a little bit of damage, but the creep waves are going to push them back. So ult coming out there from Neef. Kind of probably, I'd say, a bit too early. Ares and Agni are coming round, but he's just going to get away with it. Maybe if Agni finishes the Rain of Fire. Loki is going in onto Vulcan. Vulcan's just getting hammered down there by Loki. Hercules' ult and Alcorn's ult come in there to just smash up Agni. Agni going to get taken down by a Shing by the looks of it. Not quite. Using Sprint to get away. Vulcan did go down. Shing is chasing down this Agni, and Agni uses Sprint to get away. Now, Neef has kind of jumped in there to kind of help out. Rain of Fire also on top, but she did use a backflip to kind of get out as well. Did he even ignite that gas? Not too sure. Lars charging straight in there, straight onto Agni, pushes him up against the wall and finishes that one off. Shing coming in around the back, gets onto Neef, managed to connect a good connection on there. Also, Allied did use Gunyu's Might on top, catches him in the ring when she backflipped as well, so she's got nowhere else to go. Been chained by Ares. No one on the outside can really do anything in a minute, so kind of Allied is in there on his own, and then Loki finishes off the last hit onto Neef. Ares, last-ditch attempt on his ult to kind of pull everybody else under the tower and get a bit of stun just to run away. Losing over half his health to the tornado at the minute. Uses change onto Lars, and Loki, Shing kind of gets in there and finishes that off. Cupid also coming out. Is he going to drop his ultimate as well? No. Lars did go for a little knock-up, but Cupid manages to pull himself back and resist the urge early on. He didn't even have his ultimate up, so there wasn't really much he could have done. Now, I have slowed myself down there. So, all of RooT Gaming are backing out. The left-hand turret is being creep pushed. Look at these RooT creeps. We're just going to push the tower for you. Don't worry about it, guys. We got this. Yeah, lovely. Guan Yu for RooT Gaming has picked up Hide of the Lion. Was it Nemin Lion? No, I'm going to leave it at that. Just, yeah. So, Loki has finished his Deathbringer as well, and his second level of Titan's Bane. We're also going to see another Fire Giant coming out for RooT Gaming. And that pretty much going to be uncontested. Nothing. Cupid is going to be zoned out straight away by Guan Yu. Lars on Hercules has finished his Eye of Retaliation. And he's up to full level 3 Titan's Bane as well. So the damage coming out from him is quite considerable. He's at a 10 to 9. So 10 kills, 2 deaths and 9 assists. So he's putting the hurt onto Copenhagen Wolves. And they kind of have to they need an answer for this comp. Which I don't think they have the kind of composition to counter it, really. They're just so tanky. You've got the Odin tank, you've got Guan Yu, Bruiser tanky, and then Hercules is quite tanky himself versus Vulcan and Ares. They do have a lot of damage. Does get the snare onto Hercules as he does push forward, so not complete. Alcorn's ult coming in there, doesn't connect off anybody. Ares also grabbing onto Alcorn and Guan Yu, but Guan Yu uses his ultimate. Oh, Matty likes to use his ult in that situation. Cupid's ult coming in there. Rain of Fire also coming in from Agni. Does get snared by Neef's ult in place. Uses his Aegis to kind of protect himself. Heart Bomb also, and chains coming out from Ares. Now, look at Lars going in there. Xing coming straight onto Ares there. Just going to smash him apart. Look, he's just gone in there trying to hold him back. Trying to maybe finish off Matty Pocket. Gets hit by Guan Yu, Xing, and pretty much everybody else. Vulcan's turret's down. Oh, there. This turret is going to get pushed in the second, or are they going to back off and go left? Looks like they're going to go left. No point trying to push down a whole team under a turret, but they do have the Fire Giant buff, but you don't want to like play it safe. A lot of the times they play it safe, a lot of times don't. Neef is going to... This is just bad. Does get the snare off, also get the stun off by Agni Stun. Now, Hercules is free as out and takes loads of damage, obviously by Vulcan's turrets as well. Odin's Ring coming out in there. Just wants to get one of them. Desperately trying to get one of them, but he's taking so much damage from Vulcan there. Does manage to jump out and protect himself. Tornado going out there. Guan Yu's free onto Neef. She is using her beads to kind of protect herself, but then Loki comes in there and Xing does ult onto her and finish that one off to get the kill. Agni having a little look, decides not to. This is kind of the problem that Copenhagen Wolves have been having now, as you've been watching. They're trying to get like the 3-on-3 engagements and maybe like the 3-on-2, 3-on-1, and they're just getting cornered out. Like RooT Gaming are coming in like I don't know, just coming in on all sides from them and just taking out one at a time, picking them off as they're running. Left hand side tower will likely get pushed a little bit. No, Xing and Matty decide to back out there. Just kind of letting it down. Let another creep wave come in. Xing's backing out. Going to finish off another item. Hercules on Lars is picking up Balrog of Hope to kind of protect himself versus some magical. Just protect himself against Agni. As Agni's quite annoying against him. It's going to cause him quite a bit of frustration. Also Vulcan as well. Obviously he's been dying quite a lot too. Well, not dying quite a lot. Just taking a serious amount of damage from Vulcan's turrets. So just to kind of negate some of that magic damage would be preference as well. Oh, Allied on the right, just farming up really. There's kind of not much they want to do. Best Bait of Valor finished on Vulcan as well. Titan's Bane finished on Loki. Loki's got no consumables. Now, Vulcan did drop down turrets. Odin jumped in straight on top. Missed the Ring of Spears as well. So he's just going to really chase after him. And Vulcan's managed to get away with that one. Not too much. Not too much. Let's kind of speed this up a little bit. As everyone's just kind of mulling around. They're going to wait. Looks like they're coming around for the gold field. Maybe waiting for it to respawn as they've already taken Fire Giant. No. Oh, come on, Agni. What you doing, Agni? Neef dropping in a few wards into the Fire Giant's base. So when it comes up, well, they're going to know when it comes up, but at least they're going to know when RooT go in there. First ward countered by Matty. But a lot of teams don't put the ward in there. Sometimes. There's a few teams and every now and again they put it in there, but for counter warding, you don't generally counter ward in there. Half the time it's a wasted ward, and everyone just kind of wants to know where everybody is. But that ward works out really nice if they want to know who's in the fire giant, really. Turret going down. Xing coming out there, maybe going after somebody on the Copenhagen Wolves. Just, are they going to run out? I think they've run out of the fire giant now. They've just kind of outlasted it. It should be coming up anytime soon now. Probably like another 30 seconds, minute tops. Agni come around, having a little look. Obviously he knows they're there. Fire giant is finally up. So they don't want another uncontested one. Vulcan on the right hand side looking with Odin. So there with Ares. Xing's just outside. Odin uses the ring to kind of lock Ares in. But just is doing no damage. Ult coming in from Xing. Xing jumps through there. Leaf's ult coming out there to try and stun somebody. Don't quite sure. Gonye Might onto Ares. Ares gets charged by Matty Pocket as well and then just goes down. Tornado damage brings him down as well. So just getting smashed by 3. See with that, just the Allied's ring can just section off anyone pretty much. Are they going to go for the fire giant now? They're going to leave it for now. Just kind of looking in the middle. Roller to Hootie coming out as well for... Jesus, just Alcorn hasn't died since like the early game. So it's just Ulma coming in there from Hercules causing damage to like 3 of them. Gonye's Might going out there, not really connecting to anybody. Did cause some damage to the turrets. Turret going down and Heart Bomb on Xing. Well, not taking too much damage from that though. So they're RooT backing off. So are Copenhagen Wolves. It's like a 4v5 going on here as Ares is down. But look at RooT ward coverage as well. Still the ward coverage for RooT gaming. They're just everywhere. Everywhere and anywhere. Now Lars coming in from behind, going for a tower dive. Not quite sure. He won't have his ultimate up for a little while yet. So won't be able to do anything. Waiting for the creep wave to come in to kind of give him a bit more support back up. He's taking a little bit of damage. Tornado goes down onto Agni. Agni taking a little bit. Oh, look at that damage go down. Was it about like a quarter of his health? Not too much. Loki has gone left against Vulcan to kind of push up that tower a little bit more. A bit more of a split push. If you've got most of the team for Copenhagen Wolves under the middle tower, go left. Have a little look. Odin also having a little look around the side as well. Now has, was it Magi's Blessing as well, so he can protect himself from the first ability to come out of there every 30 seconds. It's kind of a crazy ability. Especially if the first one you want to do is a stun. RooT Gaming are backing out, so let's just kind of speed it up. Devourer's gloves have been finished by Cupid. Ward's going down there on the fire giant. Kind of counter warded a little bit. RooT Gaming's one didn't actually get killed off. It just got timed out really. 3 minutes had passed, all that bit. Then another counter warding going down. Now we're going to see a fire giant. RooT Gaming are going to go for the fire giant now. They're 14k gold ahead. Agony's coming in. So we're going to see some contention for this. If there's no contention for this game, it is over. Agony's Rain of Fire going down onto Xing. Xing took down a half health there. But they got the fire giant yet? No, they've left the fire giant alone. Cupid's ultimate coming in there. Free being used by Guan Yu using his ult onto Cupid. Getting 2 hits, 3 hits. He's going to get the 3rd hit now onto Cupid. And does land a hit onto Neef. Nothing much. Heart Bomb onto Guan Yu as well. Tries not to do too much. Vulcan's also using all of his abilities there. Ares manages to catch 3, but he's been caught out again by Odin's ring. Just kind of left there. Going to get hammered down by there. Uses the Aegis amulet to try and protect himself. Lars' ultimate ability, throwing the giant baseball at everybody. Manages to get Neef and Cupid. Cupid's Heart Bomb onto Lars as well. Now they're just being chased down by RooT Gaming. Heart Bomb's going to stun nobody, obviously, because there's no stacks coming out. He's used it. Agony going to get Noxious Gas and probably use Rain of Fire. No, he just used the Fire Burst. Onto Lars. Lars gets stunned as well in place, but he's also being healed up by his free, so they need to DPS him down really quickly. Neef's ult and a few auto attacks from Cupid do finish him off. But yeah, when Lars is free, well, Hercules' free is up, his heal. Gotta just nuke him. You need to get him down before he gets the health back, otherwise he's just going to come back at you. And you know how Lars plays. Lars likes to play a little bit aggressive. Rage coming out for Not Cupid, what am I about? Loki. So he's just going really for that, like, attack speed build, high damage attack speed. So, well, it's just Loki. He just loves to hit quickly. Little but fast. It's kind of just him all over, really, isn't it? Ares never quite finishing his boots of celerity, just kind of keeping it at level 2. Obviously, he just wants the 10% cooldown reduction. And see, if you can see, look, 21% for the boots of celerity level 2, which is only about 1,000 gold to the 2,000 gold DPS boots, which do the same amount of movement speed. Fair enough, you're not going to be able to put out as much damage, but you can travel as fast as everybody else. Gold Fury is going to go down to RooT Gaming. It's not even going to be contested by Copenhagen Wolves here. So everybody's got that one. Are they going to back out quickly, or are they just going to push? So everyone kind of backs there for RooT Gaming. Finishing it off, and Loki manages to finish his raid blade. So that extra crit from all of his fast auto attacks there, and then the crit bonus damage from the Deathbringer is just going to hurt quite considerably. Matty Pocket just kind of staring down Copenhagen Wolves there, just really looking at them. Come over to Alquan, Jerby. See, we can. It's just like not like a Mexican standoff sort of thing. RooT have the advantage. They know they have the advantage, and they're going to go in there. They're not going to go for the Fire Giant though. No, everyone's kind of circling around there. Not doing too much. Vulcan dropping down his turret. Hercules does manage to get the flick up there, but obviously he's against the wall, so it's just going to knock him up. Does snare both Guan Yu and Lars with that. But Copenhagen Wolves do decide to back out. Now, where's Vulcan? Odin Ring going down onto Agni. Catches Ares in there as well. Ball coming in from Lars. Manages to smash Agni beautifully. Now, Odin does jump on, but gets pulled back just afterwards by Ares. Ares is going to get smashed out there. Gets all this chains. Guan Yu's on top of him. No tornado coming down. Finally a tornado. Guan Yu's might on him as well. And also Lars and Matty charge through him as well. So gets finished off quite easily there by RooT Gaming. And RooT are now going to go for the Fire Giant. See, like, Odin jumps straight through there. Let's have it. Let's go for it. Neef coming in, having a little look. There's nothing they can do. Look at the Neef jumping back. Manages to get a couple of snares, but Odin's going straight after it as well. Turning around. Shouldn't have done that. Just keep running. Gets Guan Yu's might onto her. Someone used their sprint. Loads of people using their sprint to finish that one off. Cupid left all on his own. The game has surely got to be over now. Look at the respawn timers. Nearest person's up 35 seconds away. They can quite easily push the middle Phoenix down. Maybe go for the right one as well. Or they're just going to push straight through. 25, 26 seconds. Cupid's all on his own. They're just going to push. They're going to go for it. Finish this game fight. So, as you can have it, RooT are going to go for their second chance up against Curse Gaming. Copenhagen Wolves did really well in the first game. Kind of got pushed back a little in the last two games, but I can't wait to see them in the next tournament and really push up there and hopefully get someone else in the finals up against, well, split up the Curse and RooT final pretty much, really. I'd like to see some EU teams up there. But all in all, a good game. RooT go forward to up against Curse, and I'll see you lot all in the grand finals for the $5,000 prize.